My name is Andy Greene. I'm a member of Disabled People Against Cuts. I am also a father of 5 and I work for a disability rights organisation.
ATOS life, versus crime! ATOS life, versus crime!
ATOS are a French IT company. They have been contracted by the Department of Work and Pensions to assess disabled people for their eligibility for disability benefits as part of this government's welfare reform agenda. The assessment is basically a roughly 45-minute assessment done by the professional. It's a tick box questionnaire. You will be asked questions like, do you own a pet? Can you lift a cardboard box? And the information from that assessment will be used to decide whether or not you qualify for disability benefits. We know that a man in a coma was found fit for work. We know that one person who was blind, deaf, required 24-hour support and tube fed was found fit for work. And ATOS finds people fit for work because it uses a computer-based questionnaire which doesn't give people much room to explain or contribute towards the assessment, and based on their arbitrary decisions on those set questions, it's very easy to find people fit for work because medical evidence and people's contribution is not taken into account. There's dual shared culpability between ATOS and the DWP. The DWP for the manner of the policy, for the focusing on disabled people as scroungers and fraudsters, for the misrepresentation of fraud levels and the actual decisions. ATOS have to take responsibility for their practices, for their frontline staff, for the means in which they come to the decisions, and ultimately for the decisions themselves. Once you know you're up for assessment as a disabled person, then what happens is you start to fear the fact that you are already unemployed. You are already living on a meagre amount of support. Being a disabled person means that you incur many costs and barriers above what not being a disabled person means. Having those little bits that contribute to meeting those costs are often the difference between having some sort of activity in your family life or your community life or your working life and actually being completely isolated, having no support circle, having no interaction with the people that make a difference in your life. And that's what's under threat. Your ability to be independent, to be part of a community, a social circle, a network of people. Many disabled people want to work and absolutely would love opportunity to work, and welfare reform in itself is a fantastic idea if it supports disabled people while addressing the barriers which exclude them from the workplace. If you make the focus disabled people and demonise them, harass and hound them, then you are going to put immeasurable stresses, strains and traumas on the shoulders of people who are already up against barriers in their daily lives which make things incredibly difficult. And if you unnecessarily make that harder and contribute to people's psyche and peace of mind to the point where actually they feel they need to take their own lives, or to the point where actually they feel that their lives aren't worth living, then if you've contributed to their death in that way, then there is absolutely no doubt that you bear some responsibility for those deaths. yeah, in that sense, ATOS kills.